For Russia and Catherine. I wasn't expecting this! Welcome back to Imperial Splendour. Well, it's been a while, guys, and I do apologize. I had a video card fan. It didn't break. It was just kind of making a lot of noise, so I took that to the PC shop, and it seems that things are now a little bit more under control. That being said, guys, man, we have so much to do here. Of course, we have given Königsberg to East Prussia here. We're still trying to hold on to Warsaw, and we'll just have to see kind of how things go. The war against the Austrians continues. We've got an army down here to the south that's looking pretty good. Now, we are reinforcing a lot of these units, and I think that's all we're really going to do this turn, is try and reinforce as many of our army units as possible. Of course, a lot of them have been quite beat up during this campaign. So I'm going to do that with this fellow. And over here with the amazing Peter Peshov, who actually managed to survive that horrendous battle in Warsaw, we are going to go ahead and also try reinforcing his men. But let's face it, guys, we've got to turn back. We've got to face the Austrians. I think we managed to wound them, but sooner or later, we're going to have to consider a peace treaty with these guys. There are just too many of them, basically. Let's end the turn here, sort of give our boys a chance to recuperate. Somebody mentioned that we should go ahead and attack Galicia, take that from the Austrians, and that might trigger some sort of peace offer event. I'm considering that for sure. But as you can see, they're now attacking us in Ukraine. There's no way we can stop that. And of course, taking Kiev back is definitely going to hurt us. We're either going to have to go back and grab it for ourselves or attack them elsewhere. So I am preparing that second army in the woods for a proper assault. We just have to keep the war going. And hopefully soon we can put an end to this war once and for all. Oh my, again, the Persians are sending their fleet to the north. If you guys have not seen, the Persians have already lost several fleets. They're going to lose it. No, okay, we should have fought that battle. That was me being greedy. They've sent several fleets here. We destroyed them several times. It looks like they finally got a victory here, but we'll just grab some more ships and knock them out of the water. Not if the Swedish have anything to say about it, though. At the very least, we won't have to pay for those ships anymore, but if you guys saw that, that is a little concerning. Now, for those of you that don't remember, in the beginning of this series, we did beat Sweden and conquer the country, but we left, basically just left Stockholm undefended. We had a lot of other issues with the Austrians, of course, and they retook their capital. With a navy that large, I do believe that we're going to be quite surprised with the army size they have. It's probably going to be pretty good. So again, just something to keep in mind, a little cause for concern at the very least. And in the meantime, that's right, we're going to focus over here with the rest of our army. Now, this army is much smaller than our other ones, although I'm hoping we can use them to kind of harass the enemy. In the meantime, though, Iron Workshops, is that going to bring in some region wealth? It is indeed. And you can see our wealth is finally going up, guys, to 15,000. Those are the kind of numbers we're really looking for. And actually, I'm thinking we might just fall back to Cherkassia. Again, what we were trying to do was get into the Crimea and attack there. But I think we need to get more troops. I mean, we've got to try, right? Even if we're not going to get the greatest quality troops here. Let's see how we're doing in terms of cavalry. 2 cavalry units. Let's get another cavalry unit. And we are, of course, going to rebuild the rest of these forces. Get them back up to fighting strength. Initially, I didn't think we were really going to focus much on this front, but just look at it. Look at the amount of money coming in. We've got to defend it. Not to mention Cherkassia, in general, just seems to be like a good old money maker here. We've got some nice factories. I want to keep things going. Now, this has got me worried. An Austrian army near Moscow. Very worried, in fact. We're going to try to recruit some more men here. Maybe even an entirely separate army. Just to defend, we're going to get some Gerasoni Battaglioni. But for the most part, I am going for riflemen, things of that nature. And let's see what we can do here. So that's our second army. Of course, quite a few of the men are still regenerating their forces. But this could be an opportunity for us to damage the enemy once again. So I'm actually going to attack their army over here, not the city. And I'm hoping we can cause some pretty significant damage. I'll just auto-resolve this one. Pretty simple attack. I only really want to show you guys battles that are worth watching, and that one's just not going to be worth watching. Here we go. Boom. Victory. And Lemberg and Galicia is ours. Now, of course, they can probably come back and take this area very, very quickly, but this was one of our goals. In fact, now I'm going to jump into the diplomatic phase. I still doubt that they're going to accept a peace treaty, but let's jump into the diplomatic phase and see what we can do, what magic we can work. I'm getting this unit back to Vilnius in Lithuania here. I might just merge these two guys together, honestly. Yeah, I think I'm going to just merge them together. We're going to have to rebuild that army anyway, and that allows us to go ahead and begin recruiting men. All right, let's take a look here at the diplomacy. Please accept Austria. So, let's open negotiations. We are going to request peace. They want us to give them the Don Vojsko region here. Oh, man. That's behind our lines. In fact, I believe that's the area where we were building the iron mines. I'm not going to accept it. This war will continue, guys. This war will continue until we fight down to the last man, which actually might occur. In the meantime, I'm going to take some of our spies here, see if we can't damage the enemy army. So let's try to sabotage this army here with only a 43% chance of success, but it looks like a successful mission. To mislead the forces, wonderful. And again, we do need to get these other armies ready as soon as possible to tackle these forces like this one right here. Of course, that's always going to be a problem. Let's end that turn. A very diplomatic turn, or really, I guess, chapter in our campaign so far. Can't always be rifles and musket fire. Sometimes it really comes down to the pen and paper. You can see they're already trying to damage our factories. Those are the factories which we saw were making us a tremendous amount of money. And of course, losing them is no fun whatsoever. Okay, Kurland has declared war on us. Now, that is frustrating. Seemingly a very small country here, basically Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, a group of countries. But the problem is we have defended them for so long. So I really do feel quite betrayed. Quite betrayed, to say the least. Now, what can we do here? Well, we can probably go straight for Kurland. Although we need an army to do it, and right now, we don't have much of an army. We've got Austrian forces all over the damn place. So what I'm going to do, we're going to have to continue the momentum here. Okay. We're either going to go for this Austrian army, or we're going to go for this one. And this one is close to our Prussian allies. I'd love to assist the Prussians in knocking them out here. Not to mention, I just noticed this now, but they never actually took Russia. So I'm going for this building. A lot of our men will not be prepared for this fight, but we are going to attack, boys, for the glory of the Tsarina. Let's make it happen. Now, we have quite a lot of artillery in this army, and of course, I plan to completely make use of it, see if we can sort of weaken the enemy. And I'm using a sort of different artillery tactic, one that I've seen replayed in a lot of like sort of Napoleonic era battles, and that is just keeping our artillery all on one area, sort of an well, as elevated as we're going to get anyway, over there, and sort of just keep this as our main firing location. Our men are prepared to move forward. Thank you very much. Let's start, boys, and let's hit these enemies as hard as we can. We need to show the Austrians that they can't simply walk around our country hoping for the best. We're going to do something about it. It looks like they're firing canister shot at us. Whoa! At this distance? Okay. That's a little concerning. Do we have some cavalry? We better move forward. Oh my goodness. Massive, massive artillery barrage. I did not expect... Yeah, this is bad. This is pretty bad. Let's get the cavalry forward. We're going to have to hit that artillery line. That is not something I thought was going to happen. Here we go, boys. The Austrians have led us into a trap, boys. We've got to shut down. I thought we had a lot of artillery. Are you kidding me? All right, here we go. We're going straight for the enemy already. We'll just open fire at this point. Really try to overwhelm them just with fire. And we'll charge if need be. The concern being they've got a lot of cavalry over there. But at this point, I'm holding my position with my infantry. Not going to really move much. And I'll actually have these guys go and focus on the insurrectionists. The Hussar insurrectionists. All right. Fire! Wonderful, wonderful, and it looks like they are gonna, well, maybe not. I was gonna say they're gonna charge in. Not quite. Looks like our artillery softening up the enemy quite a bit. I am gonna take 2 of these infantry units and move them into the woods over here. And again, we're helping our boys, but we're helping them out at a distance. What I will do is take this cavalry unit, and I'm going straight for the artillery. I feel like we could probably just roll them up here. Hoorah! Looks like they're sending in their cavalry. A little too late for that, though. And we're just going to continue rolling up this artillery. Looks like our second group here of cavalry did well. I have to say, the Russian Hussars are amazing. They really are. I'm liking them quite a lot. Even the Gusarsky Polk, I'm not sure what the Gusarsky are, but they're pretty incredible themselves. And again, we're just rolling up on all of this artillery. Some of the enemy, look at that. Some of the enemy cavalry has come back to fight us. Those insurrectionists. Let's charge them. There's first charge by, looks like, enemy cavalry on the way. So far, we haven't had really any enemy infantry approach. It's been entirely a cavalry-centered battle. But I think we can change that now. Let's get into square formation. Yeah, baby. Just in time. Let's hope it's enough time. We'll get into square formation with these fellas, too, so they can assist their friends here. Run, Austrian dogs. Keep firing. They're right in front of you, damn it. Good shooting. All right. Right in their backside. That's how we want it. But how are our cavalry units doing? Okay. We can push this one forward, too. And you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and send them against the irregulars, since this has already turned into a hell of a cavalry fight. And now we can descend upon the rest of the enemy artillery. Come on, boys. For the glorious Rus. Here we go. And are they running in terror? It does look like their cavalry may be running in terror. And it also looks like, goodness me, our men did our work for us and managed to shoot down quite a few of these artillery pieces before we did a damn thing. And even at distance, a lucky cannonball found our enemy Bernhard von Baden. That is one enemy we don't have to worry about anymore. But keep in mind, guys, just a tiny part of the Austrian army. But who knows? Maybe this victory can push them towards a peace deal. We just don't know. That's also why I'm trying to maximize casualties here. No more gentlemanly combat. That's over. They must still have forces here. Maybe over here. They definitely still have some units hiding. We're going to be taking a look. On the map, it suggests that they're over in this direction. Aha! The irregulars! Let's chase them down. And another group of artillery. Don't mind if I do. Get to work, boys. We'll also give them a few seconds, guys, just to chase down some of the remaining enemies. We can't let... I mean, I'm not going to say we can't let any escape, but the more Austrians we kill, the more they'll realize that this war is not worth fighting. They're losing a ton in equipment here with cannons, a ton of manpower, of course, to our forces, and hopefully they'll come to their senses and end this war. We can't beat them in a prolonged war. They just have way too many provinces under their control, but we can certainly try. So as you can see, I'm continuing the battle just in an effort to cut down some more Austrians. And look at that. What I love about that battle, our infantry barely took a hit. Of course, you got the occasional man down for sure. But overall, these guys did okay. They really did. A few rifles there on the ground. These guys took a real beating. The garrison battalion. But we could probably attack another army this turn if they're close enough and do a little more damage to the Austrians. Well, I told you they never learn. But there we go, we will quit the battle, a close victory, and funny enough, the enemy was still firing at us, or maybe that was our own artillery accidentally hitting us. So as you can see, you know, in the scale of the battles we've had in this game, this is a pretty small fight. We have taken this position, we've got our Austrian allies right there, so I'm actually going to start heading over to where my Austrian allies are. Of course, first, let's immediately start repairing this poor army. They weren't beaten up too bad, but I just want them at their best, at their strongest. A single man can make a difference, and maybe one artillery unit there that was pretty badly beat up. But for some of these guys, I might just kind of leave them. And then again, we're already fixing this army. We might as well fix the whole damn thing, am I right? So there we go. We'll take a look at our northern forces over here. These are the ones I think we really need to worry about. Not just these guys, but our forces near Moscow. What with the Austrians all over the damn place, let's be honest. And we are receiving some guys next turn, so I'm thinking we're going to have to hit that army. I will try one more time to take a diplomatic approach here with Austria. See if they don't come to their senses. Let's request peace. Oh my goodness. We did it, boys! A trade agreement with Austria, as well as peace. Beautiful. Now, here's the thing. Is that to get a victory in this short campaign, to get a victory, okay, we need to take Crimea, which is in Austrian territory. So my plan now is to build a massive army here, which we're already in the process of doing. In fact, yeah, he's doing a pretty good job there. And what we're going to do is swing west as quickly as we can. But before we go to war with Austria again, I'm really going to give our guys time to recover from this awful war. And also, very important here, Courland has betrayed us, guys. We need to shut them down and basically, you know, for lack of a better word, suck them into our empire once and for all. And I think we're going to have to do that with this great northern army, although we might have to do it with the army from Moscow. We're going to start moving him immediately towards St. Petersburg, now that we don't have to worry about the Austrians. What a lovely day, guys. Finally, peace in our time. I hope you guys are enjoying the series. I promised you I wouldn't stop doing it. So hit that like button, drop a comment down below, and subscribe to show your support. And please share the series with your friends. The whole point of doing these really long series, it's a lot of work as opposed to just a battle video, which is going to get way more views. But I hope that over time, it's kind of like a story that people will share and pass along. Sort of, I guess, our generation's version of an AAR. Thanks again, folks. We got a lot of factories to fix amongst the land, but it looks like things are going quite well. Our government is doing quite well as well, with some very, very talented ministers here. And I'm just looking through, you can see they're all above 4 stars. If I see anybody extremely good, then of course I'll replace one of them, but they're looking tremendous, especially Vasyemsky, our Minister of Justice. Thanks again, folks. All hail Catherine, and see you in the next one.